as well start a little early since we have a full house and no more seats. So, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Glad to see you made it, all of you made it through the holiday season. Probably like me, a little poorer for the experience, but we did make it. We have, 11 months to pay for it. I'm very pleased to introduce to you, for those who have not already met him, David Steiner, our new President CEO. No, wait a minute. Hey, I worked on this already.
That's good.
David's married to his wife, Carolyn. He has 2 daughters. His first job was at the IRS. For those of you, that's where he got his nasty training. Then he worked at LAT, Lockheed Air Terminal. Those were the folk that ran the airport over here and sold gas to the airlines. Then he went to work as CFO at the Lockheed Finance Company. Sometime during these Lockheed days, we got him to volunteer to come on the supervisory committee. So that's David's first experience to his credit union. I persuaded him to come to work at LSCU as CFO several years ago, and he held that position for 5 years?
4 years.
4 years.
Seemed like 5.
Me and Rodney Danger. He then went to Southland Civic Credit Union as the CEO. Dave's education background was very strong as he went through the UC system. For an advanced degree, unfortunately, he chose to go to a diploma mill over by the Coliseum. USC or something like that. Will you please join with me and welcome our new President, CEO, Dave Steiner.
Thank you all very much, and thank you for the warm welcome. It was great to walk around yesterday and see a lot of old faces. No, that's not right. By the way, if I just sort of stare at you with a blank stare, I probably remember your face, but not your name. I'm terrible with names. Just last week, for example, I was walking down the hallway of our house. My wife comes through and I say, "Good morning, Barbara." My wife's name is Carolyn. Guys, let me give you a little marital advice, free of charge. Never call your wife by the name of your first college girlfriend. It does not work. Well, it's ironic that I'm standing up here and I'm going to tell you what's happening with the credit union, because I probably know less than anyone else in this room at this point in time. But I will tell you what happened at the board meeting and then turn it over to some people who really do know what's going on. First of all, with regard to the Satellite Federal Credit Union merger, that is evidently dead on arrival at this point in time. That merger will not happen. Evidently, the chairman of Satellite Federal Credit Union, one Gordon Gecko, remember him? Reed is good. They attempted to negotiate some terms that were just not satisfactory to this credit union. And so the deal is dead at this point in time. Let me tell you about the 2001 corporate goals that we had and compare those to where we are this year. First of all, with ROA, we're looking at a corporate goal in 2001 of 1.33%. And that compares to this year's result that we're expecting at 1.99%. expenses. 2.52% is what we're looking at in 2001, and this year we're at 2.20% by the end of the year. And you're probably wondering, each of those cases, it looks like we're kind of deteriorating our performance, and that's true. But the reason that's true is because we have several growth initiatives that we're spending a lot of money in an effort to try and grow the credit union very quickly. And still, however, at an ROA at 1.33% and operating expenses of 2.5, that's an excellent result. And you should all be very proud of that. I can't even begin to tell you how great it is to have an ROA at 1.99% this year. That's just unheard of in credit unions. And Ron, I thank you for setting the bar so high. That's something to really live up to. There's only one way to go from there, right? Down. The number of members we're expecting to have at the end of 2001 is 102,845. I've added 2 so far this year for my family, so the rest of it is up to you. So, this year we expect to end 2000, we expect to end at 93,870 or so. So that's a pretty aggressive growth goal, and you can see the reason why we're spending quite a bit of money to try and grow the credit union. The average loan balance in 2001, $10,427 versus this year, $9,482. And average deposits, $5,742 versus this year, $5,929. The reason that average balance is going down is obviously because the number of members is increasing. Okay, so those are the goals and where we are with the finances for 2000. Let me tell you about some SEG additions. Al and his troops were very busy with some additions this last month, and I'll try and tell you what these folks do for a living. Also, Bain & Company, you may already know them. They are consultants that did a lot of work for this credit union, and they're located in Century City. They will be added to the corporate membership. Also, Janco Corporation in Burbank. They evidently make switches for aerospace. Al, tell me if I'm wrong in any of these things.
You're doing well so far.
Thank you. Okay. John Paul Richard Designs. They're located in Calabasas, and they will be serviced by our Westlake branch. And they are a clothing designer. I just happen to be wearing a John Paul Richard Design this morning, so see their handiwork. TechTrans International, located in Houston, and they provide technical support to NASA. And then we have DCH Technology, which, what do they make? DCHs, I guess, whatever that is. They will be serviced by our Valencia branch. And then we have a company called M2 Gauss Corporation. Any idea what they make? Optical discs, right? Danielle, you seem to know what you're talking about.
No, I'm just making it up.
You're doing well. Okay, that's good. So those are the new SEG additions. So obviously the business development folks have been very busy, and they're congratulated for the work they did in December. So I see you sitting there, and thank you for your work with that. I guess this is a good point to tell you that I was bragging to my wife yesterday that so many people had come up to me and said, Dave, you have not changed a bit in 7 years, which I didn't think was necessarily good news, but I did brag a little bit to her, and she reminded me very quickly that, Dave, you've lost a lot of hair, your waist size is now 35 instead of 32, and frankly, it looks like your legs are getting shorter. I said, great, you just described Mr. Potato Head. Thank you very much for that. Okay, let's see, we've got some new employees to introduce, and hopefully these folks are here to introduce them. Nadine, you have some folks? Okay, great.
Good morning, everybody. I have quite a few employees to introduce this morning, which I'm so proud to say I'm finally full-staffed. Anybody heard that, full-staffed? Really. The first person I'd like to introduce is sitting right up here in front is Diane Shamlian. And Diane comes to us with 12 years of banking experience. She has 2 children, and she says she's delighted to be here. This is her first credit union experience, and so far so good. So welcome to Diane. The second person is Marcy Workman, who's also right up here in front. She comes to us with 6 years of banking experience, and just a note of interest, she has 3 dogs and a goat. So we thought people would find that interesting. Also with us is Yvette Acosta, and she comes to us by a wonderful referral. She is Nancy Durazo's niece, so thank you for that. And last but not least is Melissa Padilla, and she comes to us from Washington Mutual, and she's a full-time student, and she is studying physical therapy. So anybody that feels they need a massage or adjustment, come on down, she'll be happy to help out. So we want to welcome those folks to our branch.
Yesterday, as I was down in the lobby, I noticed that some member had brought in their pet Scotty. Don't bring the goat in. Bob Government here? Bob.
Well, I feel very fortunate. We lost two good financial consultants that picked up two excellent ones. They're there in the back. First, Phil Philippos comes to us with 80 years of experience at City. Comes to us from Northrop Grumman Credit Union. Also a stint on as an inside wholesaler for life insurance in the last year. So again, I feel very fortunate to land two very qualified financial consultants for the Burbank branch. Welcome.
Thank you, Bob. Scott Schmidt is, yeah.
Excuse me. We have a new employee in the Indirect Lending Center, DeWitt Davis. I don't know if he's around here someplace. DeWitt went to college in Prairie View, Texas, and has moved now to California. He was with Concern Consolidation as an accounts rep, C-West Financial as a senior collector, you know, ever, may not, and Avco Financial as an assistant manager. We're really glad to have him over there with a lot of his experience and background.
Okay, Bill Stevens.
It's my pleasure to introduce you to two of the fruits of our growth initiatives, which would be the business development team as it is coming together. First of all, well, you'll see all three of our current business development officers. Some of you already probably have had the pleasure of getting to know Betty Wright over the 14 or so years that she's been with us here at Lockheed. Betty has been joined by two new business development officers. First of all, Blanca Byrne, who comes to us from her own internet company, which has led her on a path to Lockheed Federal Credit Union. Blanca also has about 8 years background in real estate, working as a broker. And in addition to Blanca, we have Rocco Loosebrook. Anyone who is out in the Westlake Village, Thousand Oaks area and wants to stop by on Moore Park Road at CD City, Rocco has promised everybody a 50% discount on any of the CDs in his store that he owns out there. And Rocco also worked with us, AEA Credit Union doing business development for them. Take a good look at these three guys because you probably will not see very much of them. They've got, they are very, very excited, chomping at the bit to get out there and start bringing in tons and tons of new and exciting stakes for everybody to work with. Thank you.
I noticed that Bill is also wearing a John Paul Richard design. Okay, let's see. We have. Do we have Barbara Heikendahl with us this morning? No.
Yes, she is.
Yes. Where is she? On the back. Aha! Barbara Heikendahl, ladies and gentlemen.
And she is wearing.
Good morning, everybody. Let's see, is Faith Keith here? Faith, would you stand a moment, please? Everybody, this is Faith Keith. She's our newest financial service officer, slated for Pasadena. Faith has several years in the financial services industries, namely CalFed, Fidelity Federal, I believe. And she's very active in the community activities at her church, and she loves to sing. So I'm pretty sure she'll be happy to accommodate that.
Faith Keith would be a great name for a country western singer. You got Faith Hill, you got Toby Keith, they get married, they got Faith Keith. Okay, Vicki, have a couple folks to introduce.
Morning, all. First off, we have 2 new positions that were created and have been filled. They're financial service representatives, and for those of you that want to know what that really is, these are folks that are basically going to be helping out in branches wherever we have hot spots. And I'm so happy to have Joyce Broomer. Joyce, stand up, please. Joyce comes to us from NBC Employees Federal Credit Union, 4 years as an operations assistant, and prior to that she had 16 years at AEA Federal Credit Union as an operations officer. And we also have Chiquita Johnson. Chiquita? Chiquita brings 19 years from Home Savings of America / WAMU as their customer service manager. And she did 9 months stint with the Salvation Army, and we're thrilled to have both of them. So, welcome to both.
Okay, I need to announce some transfers and promotions, so please hold your applause until the end, just in case some of these transfers aren't real positive things. First of all, we have Jan Scott, who is now the AVP of Corporate Administration, Planning and Events, previously AVP of Administration. John Raymer, Marketing Research Director. Now, John, where are you? I thought I said, okay, very observant, aren't I? Okay. Tracy Leone, transferred from Member Service Center to Indirect Lending. Cynthia Machuca, transferred from the Valencia branch to Branch Support. Caitlin Samogi, sorry if I got that name wrong, from Burbank branch to Branch Support. And Dora Aguiar from Item Processing to Research and Records. The next, oh, okay, now's the time to applaud. Next item I have on my agenda is it's blank. It says retirements. I'm not aware of anybody who's. Oh, Ron! Sorry, I don't know how I missed that. But we will be celebrating Ron's multiple year career here at Lockheed, many different ways over the next month. But I do need to tell you that it is a real honor for me to stand up here as Ron's successor. I have some very large shoes to fill, and Ron, you've just done a great job of setting up a foundation for success for this credit union. So thank you, Ron. Okay, I have some 3-year service awards to give out. It says here with pin, so I hope I have a pin here someplace to give out as well. And the first 3-year service award goes to Beverly Juday. There you go. Congratulations. And the next one goes to, 3-year service award goes to Eleanor Red. Eleanor? And then, 15-year service award. That's amazing. I remember when, well, I guess I shouldn't say that. I remember when she was just a baby. Sid Henderson, 15 years. And I need to announce some training completion. First of all, Gregorian from Burbank, Rick Gerard from Consumer Lending, and DeWitt Davis from Consumer Lending. Let's give them a round of applause. Okay, Ron, I'm going to enlist your aid here if I I could, we have a number of attendance awards to give out. And you notice the way I've organized these. I have little Post-its here for people who are out of state, so you don't need to worry about those, or out of this area anyway. First of all, 6-month certificates and a $50 savings bond. And please hold your applause to the end, otherwise we'll be here all day. Nan Nelson from Westlake. Tina Balayan from Burbank. And you can come up and get your certificates if you are here.
She's doing our walk-up.
She's working. Okay. Andrea Carpenter. Sue Hickey. Sue, I know you're here. Tony Lefevre. Popular choice. Everybody still happen very often? Steve McCroskey. The man behind the camera. Deborah Nash. Not here. Called in sick. Okay. Eleanor Red. Bob Rivera. Bob, have you ever missed a day of work? I didn't think so. John Raymer. Jerry Rossler. You can hold on to that one around. Kurt Ruther. And Lita Smith. And we have the 9-month certificates. Linda Johnson in Houston. And Julie Thompson in Palmdale. And the folks who might be here, Douglas Iverson from Burbank. Nicole Lurie. Nicole. Marileth Maniquez. Am I just butchering that name so much that she doesn't even recognize it? Shannon Quinn. Hello, Shannon. Long time no see. Jay Schaefer. Michelle Stevenson. Michael Tooney. And Edgar Dukra. Okay, then we have our 12-month certificates, which includes a $200 savings bond. And the first one goes to Peggy Loughlin in Palmdale.
Oh, she's hiding.
Danny Lee. And Liliana Sloop. Liliana? Out sick today? Let's have a nice round of applause for all of them. Thanks, Ron. The next event on the agenda here, it says Love and Understanding Award. I have no idea what that is. Not true. Actually, I think I got the Lifetime Achievement Award in Love and Understanding when I was here the first time. Wayne, I'm sorry to say there were no nominations, unless you would like to make one from the floor. No? Well, you get to keep that lovely piece of furniture for the next month or so. Next we have Lightning Bolt Awards. Wayne, are there any that you're aware of? Okay, none of those either? This is making it very easy on me, I appreciate that. And miscellaneous items. I guess there I want to remind everybody that tomorrow we are going to have a lunch between 11:30 and 2:30. It's advertised as a free lunch, but you know there's no such thing as free lunch. The price of admission is you have to come in and introduce yourself to me. I will be handing you a lunch ticket, and from there you can then have lunch. So not too painful, hopefully, but I just want to say hello to everybody, and that way you'll get a chance to have a free lunch. So I'll come around and chat with everybody and just see how things are going. If you have any questions for me, go ahead and ask them at that time. Okay, announcements. Al or Phil, anything? Andrea's raising her hand.
Good morning. I'd just like to remind everybody that the strategic plan kickoff, the second annual, is scheduled for Wednesday at the end of the month, January 31st, and it will be held once again at the Odyssey Restaurant. So you're all invited if you can make it out at the Odyssey. Question? Oh. For those in the back. We're having our second annual strategic plan kickoff once again this year, and it will be January 31st, which is a Wednesday. We'll be in the evening again at the Odyssey Restaurant. So we'll be sending out more information, but please plan to attend. I really look forward to seeing you all there. Thanks a lot.
That's going to be a very fun event, by the way. Andrew's been sharing with me some of the details, and I can't reveal the secrets, but it's going to be great. So please do try and make it if you can.
No cheese, don't
No
worry.
cheese. Anybody else have an announcement to make? Okay, the last thing I want to tell you is that my office door will always be open, and that is legitimate. I will always be available to you. If you have something you want to tell me or ask me, just come on up upstairs, and as long as there's nobody else sitting there in the office, you're welcome to come in and say hello. And I would encourage you to do that at any time. It gets very lonely up there, doesn't it, Ron? So please come by and visit, and I'll try and do the same. I'll try and drop by once in a while to the departments and just see how things are going. So thank you again for the warm welcome. I guess the last thing I should say is that a lot of people have asked me to reprise my pillow twirling. Many of you are looking at me like deer in headlights right now. What is he talking about? Well, you're going to be treated to that at some point in the future, but for right now, I need to psych myself up for that. You cannot just jump into pillow twirling. So one of these days, I'll reprise that for you. In the meantime, yes?
Did we have the dashboard this morning?
Do we have a dashboard this morning?
I guess not.
Evidently not.
I think it was wrecked in John's accident.
Sorry?
It got wrecked in John's accident.
No dashboard this morning. Okay, so thanks again, and everybody have a great day.